Hello everyone, it's the Metal Geek. How y'all doing? Now, while here on my channel I tend to do retrospective reviews on games from last generation or further back than even that, going retro, today we are here to talk about, well, a game that's not even out yet, and that is God Eater 3 for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I am aware that this game was released on the PlayStation 4 earlier this year, but I did not play the game on the PlayStation 4, so this is my first exposure to God Eater 3. But wait a minute, Metal Geek, how did you get a copy of God Eater 3? Did they send you a review copy? Well, no guys, my channel is nowhere near that big to get a review copy, but for those of you who don't know, Bandi Namco dropped a demo on the Nintendo eShop just the other day. And yeah, that's free guys, a free demo to kind of get into the game, look at it, see what it has to offer, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Will God Eater 3 be worth buying when it comes out? Now the demo is pretty much action-based, so you're not really getting much of the story, you're not really getting any of the story. It's going to focus on the actual gameplay, which it's a video game, you know, focusing on the gameplay is probably the best idea here. If you're a fan of open-world action-type games, God Eater is probably going to be your game. But please keep in mind that at least based off the demo, the world that you travel through is a little bit limited because you're going through like these city spaces and you can't just kind of dive off anywhere. You can go anywhere that's open, but it's not completely open, so to speak, for you to run around. Of course, that could be different in the final version, but based off the demo, that's the impression that I get. But this demo does surprisingly have a lot of depth. Even right down to letting you create your own character. That's right, they have a character customization screen. And you wouldn't think they would put that in a demo, you'd kind of think they would just give you, a character to try out, just kind of pre-made. But no, they actually let you build your character right from the beginning, and that is kind of cool. For a demo, that's pretty in-depth. Now, your character customization comes down to the basics: hair, eyes, face, skin color, stuff like that. Although I didn't really see anything in there to customize your outfit, but the general look, physical features of your character you are able to manipulate and play around with. So this was my character, Zero. And, well, what's this demo consist of? As I said before, this is an action-based demo, so basically it's focusing on the missions, and there are a decent amount of missions in this demo to play. Now, they're short, not gonna lie to you, they are not the longest missions in the world, but it does give you an idea of the variety of missions that you're gonna be able to play in the full version of the game. Generally, the only story that you really get in this demo is that your character is part of a team that is basically locked away. They are being forced to go on these missions, and the only time they get to leave is to go on these missions. And in order to go on the missions, you go over to this monitor, you pick the mission that you want to do, you go talk to the guard at the gate, and they let you out, and you go and do your missions. Now, you do get a little bit of personality out of the guard, but he says pretty much the same thing every time you talk to him. It's kind of a, the A with a hole, but that's not a whole lot of character development in this demo. But of course, again, this is action-based, and it is nice to see that they at least give you an idea of what to expect in this game when it comes to the characters. So, gotta give them props on that. But let's get into the missions. Now, most of the missions in this demo are training missions, and I'm pretty sure they're the same training missions that you're going to have in the final game to kind of use as your tutorial to learn how to play the game. And then they have a couple of missions where you get to, well, you actually get to try something a little bit more in depth, and you're fighting bosses, like bigger creatures and stuff like that, rather than the smaller monsters that you are fighting in the training demos. What I can tell you, again, is nothing about the story, but the action in this game is fast and it's very furious. You are going to be blazing as you fight. I mean, if you pick up the moves and you learn how to do this right, you are just going to be flying from one side of the screen to the next, taking on these monsters, and it really is a marvel to behold. Now, your training missions, you really only get to go out with one of your partners, but the other missions, the boss missions, they do let you go out with, I believe is going to be your entire party when you get the full version of the game. And that is awesome. I mean, these characters, again, get to show off a little bit of their personality through, you talk a little bit while you're actually out on the field. And again, it's kind of giving you an idea of what the overall game is going to be like. But again, this demo was about the action, and the action is excellent. It is top notch. Now, your attacks break down into basically short-range melee attacks, swords, halberds, weapons like that. And then you can get the long-range attacks with guns and, well, pretty much long-range weapons of that nature. But for me, the real action took place in the short-range melee attacks, because that's where I was really having the most fun, just getting in there and really just trouncing on those monsters. It was just an amazing experience. Now, there isn't a whole lot else I can really say about this demo. The graphics are amazing. If you love anime, you're probably going to love this because it's very anime style. And while I would say the cities could have been a little bit more detailed, the lighting is like amazing in this game, and it really makes up for the lack of detail in some of the buildings and stuff like that. So it does look great. And it's not just the city you'll be going through. The demo does show you a few other places on the later missions, so it gives you an idea of the different areas you'll be going through in the completed game. All in all, I think this game is going to be an amazing addition to the God Eater series, and should you pick it up, based on this demo and the action alone, I would say, yeah, pick this game up. But again, I can't tell you much about the story. There's really nothing to tell from this demo, so if you're story driven and you really have to have a great story in your games, you might want to look into it before you do make the purchase. But in all honesty, I think this is an excellent game just based off the action alone. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it probably is going to be well worth buying it. Now, at $60, again, that's up to each and every individual who buys this game, but I think it's worth $60, and if you can catch it on sale, it's even better. Until next time, guys, this is the Metal Geek saying, have a great one.